This clip from the SVLG Cities Matter Summit is brought to you by Google.
It's a pleasure to join you to talk about the importance of cities. My city is 500 miles south of where most of you are probably watching this. It's known for its beautiful beaches, amazing weather, and the best burritos in California. We may not agree on that last point. But whether we're talking about San Diego, San Francisco, San Jose, or any number of places in California, I think we can agree that our state boasts some remarkable cities. I have a unique appreciation for all that living in a city can offer because I grew up in a very different world in small, mostly rural Southwest Virginia. Technically, Roanoke, where I spent most of my childhood, is a city, but it is a far cry from a bustling metropolis. Opportunities were limited. Returning home with my bachelor's in political science, I got a job at a dry cleaner, knowing full well that I wanted more. When the Navy assigned my twin sister to San Diego, I was happy to have the chance to later follow her to take care of my nephew. Moving to San Diego opened so many doors for me. I got involved in the No on 64 campaign to fight against a proposition that would have caused those with AIDS to lose their jobs, be kept out of school, and even allowed for their quarantine. I took the first step on my career path with a job running clinic services at a women's health center. I began volunteering on Christine Kehoe's city council campaign and was eventually hired onto her team, jump-starting my own future in public service. None of that would have been possible for me in 1985 small-town Virginia. Cities like San Diego and San Francisco are hubs of commerce and jobs, arts and culture, education and innovation. Despite what some clickbait news headlines may have claimed this year, cities are not on their way out. But they need to be more livable for everyone. I bought my first home in San Diego when I was 31. It was $125,000, an unheard of price today that certainly was not chump change then, but was within reach for me. Today, the dream of having a solid job, I'm not talking a six-figure salary, just a good job, and being able to buy a home a decade after graduating from college is out of reach for far too many people trying to live in California's cities. That needs to change. If cities represent opportunity, then that needs to mean opportunity for everyone, not just people in the C-suite. That is what the Building Opportunities for All Senate housing package would do, and that's why I hope I can count on your support for it. These 6 bills are focused on addressing California's dire need for more housing, especially in cities, targeting different elements of what is an incredibly multifaceted crisis. One of the bills I'm carrying, SB 9, gives more homeowners the option to create up to 4 small-scale developments on their property. Think accessory dwelling units and duplexes. This law has massive potential. It would naturally create more affordable housing for renters, opening up desirable neighborhoods families would have been priced out of otherwise, while also helping homeowners create an additional income stream. And it would give people a way to help an aging parent or family friend find an affordable place to live. Another bill I'm authoring would speed up the time it takes to process and approve housing development projects, shaving off months, if not years. This bill, SB 7, takes the success that now sunset AB 900 had with large-scale projects of $100 million or more and expands it to include smaller projects that start at $15 million. I'm also excited about SB 6 from my friend Senator Caballero, which would make it so that office and retail spaces could be turned into housing and would cut red tape for production at those sites. SB 6 smartly recognizes that shopping, commerce, and working in 2021 does not always need the brick and mortar space it once did, and breathes new life into otherwise underutilized spaces. Now more than ever, our state and cities have to work together to get our economy back on track. Spurring job growth is vital, and so is ensuring that all workers, those with college degrees and those without, those who work for big corporations, mom and pop shops, as teachers, and as custodians can afford to live in the cities they work in. My colleague Senator Wiener's bill, SB 10, would help bring more housing, including affordable housing, to cities by allowing them to upzone to 10 units in existing urban and job-rich areas that are near transit. If cities zone for denser housing near public transportation, employees would not have to wake up at the crack of dawn to get to work, endure long-hour commutes, and live far from the cities they serve. And employers would have an easier time attracting and retaining top talent. We need to ensure bright minds can afford to live in places like Silicon Valley and the Bay Area so they can continue working at our cutting-edge companies and contributing to the many innovative solutions coming out of California. Solutions like the remdesivir drug created here in our state by the teams at Gilead, which is helping patients with COVID leave the hospital significantly shorter stays. Advancements like the ones Kaiser and other healthcare providers have made in their telehealth offerings, giving patients the option to access care from the safety of their own homes. And what would we have done this year if not for the folks that brought us Zoom, helping us stay connected while apart? I recently had a call with the mayors of California's 13 biggest cities, including Mayor Liccardo, and we all agree that while the pandemic has changed many things, the important role that cities play is not one of them. The companies that call cities home and the workers and community members that really bring them to life can attest to that. The mayors and I also agree that we all have a part to play in making sure everyone can afford to live and work in California's cities, to access the many opportunities they have to offer. Addressing our housing and our homelessness crisis is a good start. That's why my Senate colleagues and I released the Build Back Boldly budget plan that will include once-in-a-generation transformative actions on housing, along with other key challenges facing California. I look forward to having your support on it as we move through the budget process. Thank you.